Hi, everybody. Welcome to my channel. It's the Voltron Force. Say hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Hey y'all.
So, you're on my channel, Margaret Pinard. I am a historical fiction writer and eclectic reader. I am hosting the Voltron Force today for some productivity sprints. And we're being hosted in a lovely fall forest. I don't know. This is what I've been seeing lately, so I figured I'd put it on the screen for some festivity. It's Nano Month. It's also Umpteen Readathon Month. And so, what are you guys working on? And I have a question for you guys today, seeing as how it's Thanksgiving week. Question of the week for anyone tuning in. I'm bringing blank to family/friendsgiving for my contribution. What's your signature thing? So let us know and tell us about your channel.
So, okay, I'll go. Sandy Gholston, Booktube TV. I am a writer, basically a lifelong writer. Been writing since, probably this is going to make me sound even older than I want to sound, but since I was in high school. I really started writing in high school, and I've just been going on and on and on about that. Typically, I write young adult. I have done some historical fiction, although Margaret would not probably classify that as historical fiction because
In your
it
lifetime?
occurred. My oldest historical fiction goes back to the 70s, so I'm guessing Margaret would not consider that historical fiction. Is that close?
You were alive then, so this is when I started to go, yeah.
All right, okay.
70s is definitely historical fiction. 70s because 90s is considered historical fiction now.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So well, because it'll be 40 years here in a little bit. Like
Isn't that crazy?
Right?
That is just
70 was 50 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
Right? So
yeah, I'm trying not to think
back
about
when
that too much.
Sandy's feet were small enough to fit in that little stocking there.
Right there, yeah. That was a long time ago. I think I was probably born with a size 7 feet though. So yeah, I do mostly young adult on my channel. I just talk about when I'm not involved in other stuff, my mini jobs that I have and tasks. I typically talk about a lot of the books that I read, which again mostly is YA. I do read a lot of nonfiction stuff, so I do get into some nonfiction here and there and enjoy that quite a bit. So RC Scott says not the 90s, but yeah, we're getting there. So, but yeah, that's what I do, and I appreciate Margaret's background picture there of the fall. I can tell you that here in the Great Lakes state of Michigan, that is not what we are experiencing right now. As I just got through snow blowing about 5 inches of snow out of my driveway and sidewalk. So winter is not coming. Winter is here in the state of Michigan, despite what the calendar says.
Here we go. Shay.
I'm KaShay. My channel is Shay with the Hobbies. I be writing, I be reading, I be creating. I'm actually, if you saw me, I'm like trying to make sure I have the right gauge of crochet because I have these 3 wooden crochet hooks that I was given and I want to use them. I've never used them, but they don't have what size they are on them. And so I'm about to send a text to my friend because I have this, right? And it's supposed to be a gauge, but it says knitting gauge. And I'm not entirely sure if there's a big difference between knitting and crocheting sizing or not. So I want to be like, hey, yo, can I still use this to check that? Now, could I just go through here and find a smaller crochet hook that is the right size? Yeah, because there's quite a bit in here. But am I going to do that? No, because I want to use the pretty wooden ones. And that's what it's like being me. So just come to my channel and that's what you guys will see because that's what I be doing. As far as Thanksgiving, so I'll be honest, I don't ever bring anything to Thanksgiving. I like cook there. Like because it's never at my house or anything like that, so it's always like someone else, and I'm usually wherever I am, I'm there all day long. Because I don't know how about for you, Margaret, but I know Sandy knows Thanksgiving for Black people is usually all day long. I saw a tweet and it was like, do Black people have breakfast on Thanksgiving? I ain't never had breakfast on Thanksgiving. I've never had it. I've had one meal every Thanksgiving, and it's usually around 11 to
okay.
But we're not eating a full meal. We eating stuff that's been done for a while. But like we all
We
sitting at
call
the
it
table by
grazing.
like 2 or 3. Right.
Yeah.
Like, because
Yeah,
I just said I took my first trip.
yeah, it's like multiple rounds. Like,
Yeah,
breakfast.
it's an all-day thing.
No,
Yeah.
it's like, so for us in Michigan, because we watch the Lions. The Lions play the early football game on Thanksgiving, so we watch the Lions, and we first round of Thanksgiving dinner early. So that's kind of how our
Right
tradition
now,
is.
for real, you eat a little bit, but everything ain't done then. So like you eating because you ain't ate, because you didn't have breakfast, because it's not happening on that Thursday. It's just not a thing. So yeah. So I just cooked there. My favorite thing is macaroni and cheese, because it's cheesy.
There
And
you
if I
go.
go in the oven, if your macaroni and cheese is only cooked on the stove, I don't know what to tell you.
Would you
'cause
put
that
tuna
sounds
in
like
it though?
Tuna. Yeah.
See, I thought that would be the reaction.
Yeah. I'm gonna say no. Oh, I forgot to answer this question though. I did forget to answer this question.
Because your auditory was what was in my head. I was like, I don't know how to answer that. I'ma just.
Yeah, that's okay. So mine, I did forget to answer this question.
Yeah.
So we just had this debate because black people say dressing, white people say stuffing. So we had this debate, and then I make
the
dressing.
same apparently.
I don't know. Well, you're right. It's not.
It's not.
But some people do confuse the two.
Right. They do.
So we make dressing. Dressing is much more complicated. Stuffing is just.
I still don't know how to make it. I don't know.
What's
I've got it down. Stuffing
I'm trying to
is
get
pretty
the recipe
simple.
this year, and like lessons throughout the year. So by next November, I can do it by myself. Because I'm not gonna try in November for the first time. That just don't sound like it makes sense.
Yeah, no, you got to practice. You got to practice and get your game tight before Thanksgiving. So, but stuffing is pretty simple. Stuffing is just you got a box or it comes in a bag, and you pour it in boiling water. You throw a little bit of butter in there. That's stuffing. Dressing is far more complicated, way more complicated.
That by definition ain't not the same thing. That is definitely not the same thing. Because bro, there's so many things in dressing.
It is.
It's so much food in dressing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. So now, to be fair, Richard, I definitely have had pasta, tuna, and cheese together in a dish, but I've never had macaroni and cheese with tuna. I feel like Sandy understands exactly what I mean, though, right? No, okay, cool. Because like, it's not the same thing. It's not the same thing.
So what's dressing?
Oh, that's like a whole show right there. That's a whole show right there. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff, all kinds of vegetables, celery, green peppers. Just all kinds of stuff that you put in there.
People put turkey, you got giblets, you got boiled eggs.
That's like taking all of Thanksgiving and putting it in one thing. Like you've got that.
Nah, it's not.
It's a complimentary dish, but if it's on point, it's almost like a meal because it is really good.
It definitely is a thing, but it's not all of Thanksgiving in one. Like, you have to have it to understand. It's like a necessary.
I never grew up calling what I had dressing, and I figured that what other people called dressing looked like stuffing in like ads and magazines and stuff. So I just figured it was interchangeable. We just had this discussion last night. My brother-in-law said it's dressing until you put it in the turkey, and then it's stuffing. I thought that sounded logical. No?
Anyway, to be honest with you, I don't really know. I ain't really ever had dressing from inside the turkey. It's always had its own pan.
We never did that.
It's always had its own pan. So I don't know.
Okay. No, Richard. They use the same word to mean something completely different. So don't let that mislead you, the whole English language thing. Pigs and blankets. Yes. Gina says dressing sounds yummy. Yeah. I don't know if I've ever had it then.
I can literally have dressing and macaroni and cheese at any time of the year. Any time of the year. Like, you can't get people to make it very often if it's not Thanksgiving because it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
It is a lot of work.
Yeah.
That's one of those things where we talk about like where you don't eat breakfast, because usually you start cooking so early, you're just not even thinking about breakfast because you're smelling the aroma of the cooking Thanksgiving meal. So you're like, breakfast just kind of spoils it. So yeah, you're just ready to dive in as early as possible as soon as those first few things get done.
It makes me think about like this conversation that Denzel had an interview when he was talking about the difference between like color and culture. Like, it's not about being black or white. It's just like differences in culture. Because like growing up, you start cooking at 4 a.m.
Yeah. They get started. They don't play.
You see how he didn't look surprised at all? Like that's normal. Like, it's literally an all-day thing.
Yeah. Well, we would prep the night before.
Right. Started the night before, but you're not cooking till that morning. But you was prepping. Yeah. Low key, I got a text from my cousin's mother-in-law. They started working last week.
Yes. Preparation is the key.
Right. No, and if you got a lot of people you got to feed.
That also means you need a lot of space, though, because you got to store that before it's ready. So.
Oh yeah, no, we always had a deep freezer.
Yeah.
You got to sometimes you got to clear out your refrigerator sometimes too. You got. I mean, this is all part of the preparation.
Oh yeah. Yeah. True. Okay, I didn't realize that would start a thing.
Everybody's hungry now. Look at this. The chat is popping right now.
Yeah. My bad, y'all. My bad.
All right, so I was rather pleased to get a request. I have made this a few years running. It was from a friend's family recipe from Kansas, and we stole it after they came to California. It's a sweet potato casserole that does not use marshmallows, but uses ungodly amounts of brown sugar and pecans, and it is so delicious. So, sweet potato casserole. That's my contribution. That my niece asked for. So I'm excited for this week.
We do have sweet potato pie. So that's like usually like around the final course, you get that sweet potato pie going late at night. Once everything else is settled in and you want to cap it off with the sweets.
Yeah, the pies and the potatoes are definitely like the day before things. You got to plan it out.
Yeah. My favorite was like my grandma would let us make this chocolate pudding pie on graham cracker crust. Like, one of my favorite things. that and then popcorn balls. But we would make the popcorn balls the night before, so it'd be like a snack throughout the day. And that marshmallows, that butter, and
I'm feeling that.
Right?
Those. That sounds good. That sounds like something that would be like a fun decoration that you could eventually eat.
Yeah, no, that's what we did. Like popcorn balls on the like around Christmas time and Thanksgiving. Like that's what my favorite times of Christmas or Thanksgiving and Christmas, because she would make popcorn balls like all the time throughout those months. Nice. And it's like, yeah, Rice Krispie treats are good, but if you didn't have a real good homemade popcorn ball, it's a whole different thing.
Well, I'll have to ask Tiffany about that because she's all about the popcorn, but I've never heard her talk about popcorn balls. So I will ask her on our next Thursday night write-in. That'll be fun. Richard's calling my thing diabetes in a dish. I take exception to that remark. It's a holiday treat. Give me my crumbs, Richard. Anita's here to say hello.
One thing we always talk about is you gotta save up to get ready for Thanksgiving, so and Christmas dinner too, but Thanksgiving you got to really save up, so you might have to cut back a little bit leading up so you can just go.
I've been eating like 1 meal a day for the last week. I'm 3 pounds away from my goal, so from my weight goal, so I'm not trying to mess that up with one day. So I'm preparing. As we said earlier, preparation is key.
There you go. Are you guys ready for a sprint?
I think the chat is like talking about food right here. They're on fire here with this food stuff.
Yes. So I didn't do this the last couple times, but I actually planned out what I'm going to do today for the sprint since I'm hosting.
Ooh.
I've got a list. I hope you guys are ready with your own, and then we'll report back at the end. I just did 20 minutes for this first one. Does that sound good?
Yeah,
I
it's
did
fine.
2020 because it looked pretty. This is on a grimoire timer.
Oh,
That's
okay.
fun.
All right.
So if we're ready, we'll hop on into our sprint. Everybody bring your crochet, your recipe planning, your whatever you're working on Sunday, November 20th. And we'll go for 20. Hop on in.
Let's get it.
There we go. And I'll mute. All right. We did it.
Study.
I don't know. That's a Lovely Timer by Laura Nettles, who's another writer in the community. So I figured we'd start with that. And I had some, StreamYard music classing up the place there. So how'd everybody do? Inspired by the fall leaves, the witchy timer, and the feeding the ducks background music.
I got through. My bad.
Go ahead.
Okay, I got through another 2 chapters of the Cartographers. I got like 30 minutes left in the book and I'll be done. Finally, I'm liking it, but I also hate stupid people and mysteries. And she's like got a doctorate and yet she making real dumb decisions. And I don't like it. But I like the book overall. It's definitely going to be a 4-star read if nothing bad happens in the last 30 minutes.
Nice. That's good.
Yeah, usually if you get that far, I think typically you're pretty safe. So hopefully you're safe. I'm working on my NaNoWriMo project. So I am, I just got in about about 850 words. So pretty good right there. So cranking a little bit. It's been difficult for me to write during the week at times. And so this sprint is at a welcome time because it's giving me a chance to kind of catch up on some things here because I know the Thanksgiving week is going to be, well, I am trying to take Wednesday off, but I'll probably end up sleeping all day. So, yeah, that's how days off typically work for me. Ahoy.
It is Thanksgiving week, Sandy. Sorry to be the one to break it to you.
That's what I mean.
Right. Eva came in, reread some of a story she wrote. Anita got 2 microfictions written. Oh my gosh.
Ooh,
Accidentally typed this sentence. You'll have to settle for cricket bites and fried chips.
Whoa.
How far off is that from what it was meant to be? That's my question because, I mean, could work in one of my universes. So I was working on graphics. I did graphics early this morning for some book reviews that I got, which I am so pleased about. So this time, the sprint, I did overlays for books that I'm going to talk about on Wednesday for my next live stream. And I sent the book to the patron who gets it in their package. So that's super late, but that's okay. It's the updated version. I took one typo out. So, maybe that'll count for something. Oh, cricket was supposed to be chicken.
Oh, okay. That helps.
Chicken bites and fried chips. Okay. Oh, Nia says she liked the Cartographers. She's finishing Wedding Crashers. Nice.
Okay.
Nice. I'm going to be scheduling Twitter and Instagram tweets in my next sprint. So, oh, Betty Spaghetti. Hello. Haven't seen you before. Read a graphic novel for a while. 850 words is awesome. I finished my thesis in September and I would have loved that many words in 20 minutes. Did someone get 850 words?
Me.
Did I miss that? Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah. I had one of those nice little writing grooves right there, and I was just I just couldn't be stopped once I got going.
Awesome.
Nia, I'm totally gonna message you because nobody else I know has read the Cartographer, so I really want to talk to somebody about it. Okay, I'm gonna just message you. Just all right.
She was on A Mighty Blaze, and it sounded really good, but it sounded like there was a lot she couldn't talk about without spoiling it. So, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, I figured out a lot of the things. Like before I got to it, which was like, but the way that they were revealed has been really good, so I haven't been upset about it. Like I can deal with figuring something out if the way you revealed it was like, all right, I see what you did there, and so far it's been that way. But the character, I was just like, baby, come on now. People dying left and right. Like, come on now. Why you being dumb? Just dumb. It's a lot.
All right. So you and Nia are going to hook up and talk about the book as soon as you finish it. Sounds good. I have my scheduling task to do, but I told myself after I finish that one, I'm going to get to read on a sprint because I'm reading this book and it is so So good. I waited so long, and I'm finally reading
Whoa.
Braiding Sweetgrass for Nonfiction November and Skoden 2022 readathon. So
So what's it about, generally speaking?
it is an Indigenous PhD's effort to bring together her experience of learning about nature through science and her discipline and career, and having an understanding that nature is spiritual and there are different ways to approach it than how we have traditionally in Western culture, and trying to like weave them together like you would the sweetgrass into a basket. That's her like overarching
Okay.
metaphor.
Okay.
And I've read one other of her books about moss, Chef's Kiss. So this one is the one that everyone knows and loves. And so I was expecting to love it and loving it. So I'm just like,
Excellent. Doing some
savoring.
annotating, it looks like, too. So you're
Oh yeah. I just did my first pencil mark in there because I'm like, I'm not ever giving this book up. So I might as well write in the margins and like make it mine, you know?
That's like a whole video right there about some people that are like, it's sacred. You just don't write in a book, period. And then I'm kind of like, no, I'm not really about that life, especially nonfiction. If I'm reading nonfiction,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna mark it up.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if I have any. I'm sure I don't. I'm sure I had to sell them back because that's what you did back in my day when you had
mm,
textbooks in high school. You used them for the year and then you sold them back. But that did not stop you from highlighting the Dickens out of that bajazz. So,
yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, that's because well, sometimes people do it out of spite because it's like you buy a textbook for 125 bucks and they say I'll buy it back from you for $3. It's
right.
like
What's
okay,
the point?
yeah.
Yeah, it can be pristine. Nope, not gonna do it. Not gonna do it.
The
Oh
textbook
no!
industry, gotta love it.
Eva says, me makes grocery list in margin and then tears that small sliver of page out to take shopping. No, 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 no. That's too chancy. No, no, I couldn't do that. I wouldn't want to tear pages out of a book in the middle. That seems like
Steve is doing her part for the environment.
a step too far. Yeah. Everyone's got their own line that they cross, you know? So
I don't even know people still make grocery lists. That's kind of like by hand, you know? It's like it's interesting. Because we used to
Totally,
do
definitely
you?
do. I
yeah,
forget way too much stuff if I don't.
yeah.
And I'll get home and be
Yeah.
like, dun, dun, dun. Like, I still don't have compressed air. Do I need to clean my keyboard? Yes. Has it gotten clean? No, because I keep forgetting to put it on the list, or I'll write it on the list, and the day I write it is the day I forget the list.
That reminds me, I do need compressed air. I do need a new can.
That's funny.
Yeah. My work keyboard is looking kind of rough right now. So yeah. I don't even want anybody to come in my office right now at work.
The shame, eh? Eh?
We're
That's
almost
right.
in Canada right here, but not quite.
Given
Or
I'm
the
showing
UP, the Upper
I'm showing
Peninsula.
my UP side here, yeah.
Yeah, the Upper Peninsula. I was just in the Upper Peninsula a few weeks ago.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we went to Marquette. Beautiful, beautiful Marquette, Michigan. It was actually 70 degrees just before, yeah, just a couple of days before Halloween. So we got to see all the Halloween. Apparently, Halloween's a big deal there in
Really?
Marquette because like the whole town was out in costume, walking through downtown. So it was
Nice.
pretty cool.
Nice.
Then I come back from the UP to my home, and it's like snow, and it was beautiful up there.
That seems like a good solution. Everyone contributes, central place, take a photo that's like, only lasts for a little bit and you don't need it. Save the paper entirely. Save a twig, as she said.
I might be traumatized by grocery lists because me and my brother, we used to try to get so much stuff, and my mom was like, "No, you don't need that. You don't really need that. No, too much sugar, too much this, too much that. Let's get this, let's get that." And we're like, "Okay."
Nia uses the online shopping cart as a list. That's one way to do it too. Yeah.
That's my game.
Yeah. I haven't done online shopping for groceries. Good deal. All right. Current and things coming up. That's what I was gonna do for like the in between. Did you figure out the mystery of the crochet versus knitting sizes, Shay? Oh,
No, I'm still waiting for an answer. I video chatted my friend, but they didn't answer. But it's probably because they're having a family dinner night, like early thing, and I forgot about it. So I'm waiting for a response still.
got it.
That's why I hadn't shown y'all nothing.
Cool. Betty Spaghetti. My mom makes handwritten grocery lists and then misplaces them. I have followed in her footsteps. Came by it honestly, Betty. Yeah, I end up making lists and they're like from 3 different places. So then I have to go and have another category of like, this is from Trader Joe's, this is from Fred Meyer's, this is from the co-op, because they don't carry all the things. And so it's like I need 3 lists on one list, which is a little silly, but that's how I do it. Sandy, go ahead.
No, so we would have the handwritten grocery list, right? And then my mom would make the initial list, and then my dad would add a couple things, and then me and my brother would go crazy. We would add a whole bunch of stuff, and she's like, Mom was like, "Are you crazy? We're not getting all that stuff." So no. So we'd ask for like 10 boxes of cereal, and as expensive as cereal is, she's like, "No, I'm not having that. You take like 1 or 2, and then one had to be cornflakes."
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I went into a Winco the other day and I never get grape nuts, and I thought I'd like grape nuts. I haven't had this since I was young and sounds good. I know they're expensive. It was like $4.49 last time I remember seeing this cereal. I go in, it's like $8. I was like, what the fuck?
Cereal is no joke. I mean, they know that all these little kids want to eat cereal, so they're like,
they don't want to eat grape nuts though. Little kids are not eating grape nuts. That's me.
Yeah, well, yeah, but see, grape nuts kind of falls into it. It just, it's like, hey, let's just crank it up and see if we can get away with it, So, where are my econ students here in the chat here? They can kind of come in and let us know. Frosted Flakes, yeah, we would get one like super sugar option. That was about it. So we might get Frosted Flakes sometimes.
Kix was the sugar option in our house. That was like as far as they would go. Kix are like, no, that was the most sugary one. It was good. I like Kix. All right, so I was gonna do upcoming attractions. What do you guys got going on in the future that you want people to know about? And Shay, since I have yours queued up, can you tell us? Actually, it's not a future thing, but it's something you want people to watch because it was an awesome conversation, right? Pop in the chat.
Yes, so on this past Tuesday, we had our November Riley conversation. We were talking about short fiction over on Britt Riderly channel. So if you want to check that out, and then you'll also see links to the playlist so you can catch up on season 2 next month. We'll be wrapping up season 2 and preparing for season 3 starting in January. So yeah, go watch it.
Awesome. Britt, Sandy.
So I'm gonna be working on my Nano. So I'm gonna update that toward the end of the month, and then this week, hopefully, if Wednesday goes okay, I'm gonna actually film some more videos to get that started. I want to start thinking about my end of the year stuff and what I want to do in terms of end of the year, like my favorite book, yada yada yada, fiction, nonfiction, that kind of stuff too. So I'm excited about that. That means I have to actually think about what my favorite fiction and nonfiction book of the year has been. And so there's some worthy candidates, but I'm gonna have to sort through that a little bit.
Nice. I did my end of the year book tag. I tweaked it a little bit, and I made some hard decisions. I only did my top 16.
Okay, top 16.
I'm on like 133 at this point, so I thought that was some good like weeding through. So yeah.
133.
Yeah. Let's see. I like this. Betty said I always add a dog to the list. My mom would yell, "You already have one."
Betty's
you picture that happening. Yep. A very sugary house, says Eva. Yep. And then about the cereal, Katie Porter has a TikTok about the. Oh, I should follow her. Massive profits they're making right now.
Oh, I'm intrigued. I want to know about Katie Porter. Is no joke. I mean, I would not want her on my helmet if I'm doing something that's shady. I don't want her coming after me. I'm just gonna tap out and just say, you know what, Katie, you win.
Is that a football term? I've never heard that
What?
on my helmet.
That means like hitting me in the head or something like that. You know? Yeah. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna just I'll let her win because she does her homework, and so I've seen her eviscerate more than a few people. So
Yeah. You do not want her coming for you with her whiteboard.
she is the so I got to see that about cereal. That really intrigues me because
Yeah.
the cereal industry is just killing it right now. What do you say, $8 for a box of grape nuts?
Yeah. And
Yeah,
they're smaller, like they're the small boxes. They're not like the big ones with all the air because they're dense. So, oh my God, I couldn't believe it.
Exactly. And I hope Katie is on that too. You get this big old box right here, then they puff up the bag inside with all this air, and then that bag is only like maybe 3/4 filled. So yeah.
It's a different definition of inflation. They're inflating the bag.
Yeah, yeah. Get them, Katie. I'm with you. I got your back.
Nice.
Let them have it.
So my coming up thing, like I said, I have a Wednesday wrap up. I'm going to be covering short stories. So the 2 short story collections that I read because I hosted the authors earlier. So I'll be talking about those as well as 3 standalone short stories that I bought and read. And some of them were quite steamy, shall we say, and out of my comfort zone. So yeah, so that's coming up on Wednesday. And then December, we've got a book club thing, which is the Patreon book club is going to be reading Amberlou, which is a queer spy thriller historical. So it's got all the genres that I love, and it's queer, and it's like we're going to have a great time talking about that. So Laura, Elena, and Emily. So I'm also going to make it work for Cloak and Dagger Christmas. I don't know if you guys have heard of that, but that's a thing for the past couple of years. So yeah, why not?
Okay.
Yeah.
So I have to check that one out.
Yep. She had a board out. All right. Ready for the next sprint?
Let's go.
I've got another timer. It's going to be a doggo. A doggo. Yep.
There you go, Betty Spaghetti. A dog.
This is from Ben Pick at Running to Write. He just threw a couple dog timers up there. In case you want to ease into this sprint. There we go.
Aww.
Yeah. Laziest dog imaginable, he says. So there we go. Happy sprinting. See you in 20.
See ya.
Oh boy. That is a very exact timer that Ben has there. Did I go into the next one? No. What happened?
Oh, the
Oh my god.
What?
What happened? I clicked on the ad. I am somewhere I can't tell anymore. What happened? Where there? Okay. Jeez. I got lost. I got lost in the tabs.
Nobody noticed.
All right. How'd we do? How'd we do?
I didn't do as much writing this time, but I was taking care of a bunch of other things. I had some social media posts I had to do, and some emails that I had to send, some text messages and whatnot. So I did a little bit of everything. It was a buffet of activities during this last sprint.
I like it. I did social media scheduling as well. I did that on the Twitter side. I struggled with the Hootsuite for a while, and it's disconnected from my Facebook and my Instagram. And neither the login for my Hootsuite nor the login for my Facebook or Instagram is working with them. So I just crossed them off the list. Naughty for the year.
Whoa.
So I'm going to have to like schedule. I mean, maybe I'll use another scheduling app, but otherwise I'll just have to schedule my Instagram stuff.
So, do you have a paid Hootsuite account?
No.
Okay.
No, it disconnected my accounts, and then I tried to log in, didn't work, and then I took them off so that I could reconnect, just start over. And it says, "Oh, $49 a month? Sure, upgrade your account." And I'm like, "No, I want to go back to what I just had that you stumbled on." But they don't seem to be able to do that. So,
you know, it's interesting with vendors and products like that, how they try to upsell you constantly. So it's like I got a for work, we got a graphic design platform. Hello, we got a graphic design program, and I was thinking about upgrading to the next level, and then the rep called me and was like, "Hey, we can upgrade you to the next level." I'm like, "Oh, okay. You can just do that simply." I'm like, "Okay."
yeah.
And then I'm like, "Wait a minute. How much are you going to charge me for this?" And then they quoted me the price, and I'm like, and I looked on their website, and I'm like, "This is like you're charging me like $800 more than what's on your website." And I'm like, "Yeah, I don't think so." Like,
Yeah.
I don't think so. And I'm like, "Why would I pay $800 more than what your website says?" So, I get $800 more value? I don't think so.
That's rough because you're like, it's a good service, but I don't appreciate being treated like a patsy. So that's over. Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. I mean, I got a little bit of budget money at work, not personally. I got a little bit of budget money, but I'm like, dang, I'm not trying to just give it away. Come on now.
Right.
They need to calm down, slow their roll, hit the brakes.
Yeah. All right. So I think Shay sent us a message. She's on a call with her brother. So there's that. What do we got for this break? What are we happy about?
What are we happy about? I am happy about some time off because I'm going to keep coming back to that. That's right. Margaret in chat. I'm going to keep pounding that one right here. I'm excited because I'm like the person in your office that like when you take a vacation, they're like, they think you have some kind of illness or something like that, or you're going to have surgery or whatever, or there was something going on with your family. And I'm like, no, I just want a day off. So just calm down. I'll end up working anyway from home. Probably I'll end up doing some kind of work thing or something.
Or sleeping.
Like yeah. So for all our workaholic people in the chat. So we'll see. I bet everybody in the chat's gonna be like, no, hey, if I'm off, I'm off. Peace. I'm off.
Right? Depends on who you're answering to, right?
True.
So
True.
if it's someone in an office job who has like authority, I'm pretty sure it's going to be like, no. But if it's people you're trying to schedule with and they're also small business owners, yeah, there's
Well,
that.
yeah, that's true. I mean, if you're a small business owner, your truth is you're always on the grind. I mean, it really honestly never ends. So
Yeah,
yeah, that's the part I need to get back to.
yeah.
Jeez.
I think what's important is to always be open to activities that feed you and your business, but definitely have a break or a stop for things that you need to do, but you don't need to have that like connection open the whole time. I think that's what tires me out, at least, is like I could always be doing this crap I need to do, but no, I can put that aside. But if I get like a note from someone who says, "Hey, do you want to be on a stream?" or "Hey, let's work on this like story collection or something," like that I'm here for, Yeah.
That's the good activity that doesn't. It's not as much of a drain on you.
Right.
If it's
Where you
something
get
you
into the
really.
business in the first place.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if it's something you're really interested in, and you're like, okay, this is not going to like it feels like when you're playing Nintendo back in the day, and your character got hit, and you lose like a certain amount of energy cubes, and then you get
Yeah.
hit again, and then all of a sudden this sinister music plays when your character's getting ready to die, and then all of a sudden you get a big heart, and all of a sudden you're healthy again. So yeah,
Yeah, there you go. It's like a love bank, told Nintendo style in a story. I love it.
Yeah, it's amazing how many things can come back to Nintendo. So
I think my friend JD would agree with you there.
Woody, you know what? I had a moment of weakness this week, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna treat myself. I'm gonna get a PS5. I'm gonna get a new video game system, even though it's obscenely expensive. I'm like, you know what? My brother got one, so I'm like, you know what? You're right. Let's do it. So I went on JeffBezos.com's website, or whatever it is. So I went there to get it, and you have to put in a request to be able to buy one.
Isn't this the one that like no one could get last year for Christmas, and it's still the same model? It's the top one.
Yeah.
Right. They're just out.
Yeah.
Supply chain.
Yeah. Well, it's not even so much supply chain. It's like all these people are trying to buy up as many as they can, and then they're trying to sell it for more than what. So like you'll buy it for like 500, and then try to sell it for 700. So people have been doing that, and so they're trying to stop people from.
That's like
doing
arbitrage
that,
for access. That's just dripping with like elitism. Like,
yeah,
can't.
yeah. So it was almost like the heavens were saying, "Don't do it," because they curved me. They were like, "Nah." They were like, "If you're approved, you will get a message in 72 hours." And I'm like,
"Oh,"
and nothing came. So
oh.
I guess I got denied. Appreciate you, Jeff. Thanks.
Yeah. Apparently the music was stress-inducing. I'll choose a different one for the next sprint. Yikes. It's called Feeding the Ducks. It's supposed to be like pretty chill, but all right. I'll choose a different one.
That music was hitting Betty the wrong way. Wow.
I'm sorry. I have one more tweet to schedule. I'm gonna leave Instagram on the back burner where it deserves to be, and I'm gonna treat myself to reading for our last sprint. What about you? Are you gonna like?
I'm finishing. I'm pretty close to the end of a chapter, so I'm gonna power through and finish up this chapter. So that's pretty much the way I'm gonna close it out here this evening.
All right. 5:24. So last 20 minutes sprint will give us a little bit at the end to chat. Ready for last sprint?
Let's do it.
All right. For this one, I'm using my friend Shannon, SD Houston's Snowy Fantasy Forest Timer, and I'll pick a different song. So let's go with that.
All right.
Thank you for watching. There we go.
Oh, that's sweet.
I don't know if you can hear my mom cackling in the background or not.
Really?
Yeah, she's outside on the FaceTime cackling. So, how'd we do?
Literally got off the phone with my brother 2 minutes before the sprint ended.
Oh,
That man can talk, is all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say.
good.
Good. Yeah, I just
Remember.
really did a bunch of little things again. Did some communicating with some people, a few more text messages, some emails. Yeah, just a lot of little things, a little bit of writing too. So
Good. Did you finish the chapter?
no, I didn't.
All
I did
right.
not finish the chapter, but
Are you gonna do that
I'm-
after we finish and go off air, just so that you can like wrap it up for the night?
yeah, actually, I really do need to do that when I'm writing. I don't know. I've probably never said that before, but yeah, I hate leaving a chapter, unfinished because I'll come back and I'll be like, what the hell was I thinking when I was doing this? I'm like, okay, you got to start over or something. So yeah, I just got to complete the chapter.
Yeah, it's hard to get back into that same flow once it's gone.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a pretty good outline. So, but yeah, I'm in a groove. When I get in that groove and I know where I want to go with it, I just want to finish it.
Good deal. All right. Well, Moon came in with 5 minutes to go and said she's been doing some revision this weekend, and I'm just reading through one more time. I'm excited to hear that because I think I'm like first in line to be a beta reader for this one. January, December, somewhere in there. I would be excited if that was the case. I finished chapter 4 of Braiding Sweetgrass. Like I said, I did my hard crap work, so then I treated myself to a read. And I'm just going to read like a half a paragraph here. When botanists go walking the forests and fields looking for plants, we say we are going on a foray. When writers do the same, we should call it a metaphore. And the land is rich in both. We need them both. Scientist and poet Jeffrey Burton Russell, who I now have to look up, writes that as the sign of a deeper truth, metaphor was close to sacrament, because the vastness and richness of reality cannot be expressed by the overt sense of a statement alone. Yes. I'm such a metaphor fan, so I loved that. But yeah. Loving it. So you guys all set up to enjoy some time off this week?
Kinda, but yeah, I don't know. I told you. I told you. I already said it. I'm gonna probably end up falling asleep. I'll wake up Wednesday ready to go, ready to get all these creative things done, and then I'll be like, well, let me go ahead and take a nap here, and then I'll recharge, and then you wake up and it's like 7:30 at night. You're like, where'd the day go?
Yes. Self-care is real. And I almost typed elf care is real. There we go. Typo for Christmas.
Well, elves need love too. So
Sure. Why not? Why not?
elf care.
I know. I was like, wait, do I let that go through and be? No, I just say something about it. Yeah, self-care is real.
Elf care. That sounds like something a politician would say, getting it wrong. I'm in favor of elf care.
Yeah. How about you, Shay? Plans this week that involved self-care and or time off, time away from the screen?
Yeah, I'm gonna be like crocheting and stuff, and then I think I'm doing 2 Thanksgivings. I think I'm doing Thanksgiving with my best friend and his family and his wife. Because I used to have like 5 Thanksgivings when I drove. Because I would go from like city to city and state to state to see everywhere. Because I lived in Texas and I had family in Oklahoma and family in Kansas, so I would go to so that I saw all my grandparents and everything. But that hasn't happened since the epilepsy got bad and whatnot. So this would be my first time like actually leaving Stillwater for Thanksgiving in like 5 years. So I'm like,
nice.
Yay! So I'm excited.
Nice.
Good.
Syrup for elf care? Elf car. Now I'm not sure where we are. I've lost the thread of the plot here.
Don't let her shake you up. She might be trying to test you to see if you. No.
Maybe. I mean, she already got me with the music. She wasn't talking about this music at all. She was talking about music and a video game she was playing. So I don't know what that was about. But here we are. We are wrapping up our November Voltron Force productivity sprints. Well done for coming, participating, joining in the chat, getting something done that you wouldn't have otherwise. Few words here and there, maybe a chapter here and there. And yeah, well done. I just wanted to say that to everyone. Give a little positive feeling in there. And if you have it outside, maybe go outside and appreciate some of the beautiful fall colors. If you're not already seeing.
No, there's some white color out there on my lawn, but I did remove it from my driveway. So yeah, I will exercise shoveling and snow blowing.
You know, I was looking into the Cloak and Dagger readathon prompts, and one of them is go for a walk in nature or something. And Janelle, who's one of the co-hosts, lives up in Canada. And she was like, yeah, that's going to be a real short walk.
Or
minus 18, so yeah.
Yeah, or she's going to be hella bundled up with scarves and hats and a few layers, galoshes,
Right.
snowsuit, and then you go outside, and then like the Homer Simpson thing, you go outside, turn around, and then just kind of go right back and just let it go. So
Yep.
yeah,
Check.
it does. I will say, I mean, as a photographer by trade, it does. There is some beauty in the snow, despite the cold and the miserable nature of snow.
Oh yeah, yeah. I have a friend named Lewis who's a photographer in Ohio, and he has some beautiful photos of leaves and like snow and icicles and really good stuff. The magic of the seasons. Yay! All right. You guys want to sign out? Leave anyone with some deep thoughts?
My only deep thoughts is that I got a short work week, and I would encourage people to take a short work week and recharge, enjoy some good family relaxation time this week, and take a little time to put everything in perspective and wake up and smell the coffee if you drink coffee. If you don't, I don't know, whatever you drink in the morning, orange juice, lemonade, whatever.
Sounds
Pepsi.
good.
My deep thoughts are, remember that this time is about family, and the only Christopher we acknowledge is Wallace.
All right. Yeah.
I think a few people in the chat might get that.
Moon's out here saying
you got it, and that was enough for me. That was enough for me.
Well, I mean, from the '90s, that was big, you know. I mean,
right, but also Thanksgiving, Christopher Columbus, you know, the Pilgrims and the Native Americans, right? We don't acknowledge. Right.
I'm gonna have to go Google Christopher Wallace because that went right over my head. No one's gonna explain to me, so I will catch up with you later.
Just think the word notorious.
Oh, is that the real name of the East Coast rapper?
Ooh, look at you! Oh, okay.
All right. Yeah, I never knew that, so I didn't even forget. I just never knew that. All right, y'all. Thank you for coming by for the Voltron Force productivity. Hope we helped you get through a little closer to those goals. Relax this week. Enjoy the time with the family. We love you all. We'll see you in the new year, right? Bye, everybody. Have a good week.